That's it. It's over. Finally. And he listened to his trainer and he got it done. Where's he going? Where's he going? Where's he going? He just went outside the ring. Beautiful. Beautiful 7th round knockout by Anthony Joshua to Robert Helenius. I was concerned. His face was getting marked up. He was eating some jabs. And he needed to end this fight as soon as possible. The last thing that he wanted to do was go to distance with a Robert Helenius. And not only did he knock him out, but he put him to sleep like he was supposed to. I do admit. I'm happy. I'm proud of him. TstreeT Controversy. I was getting scared. 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 I thought that was Bomac. That was Pakistani Bomac. Wait, that's Prince Nassim Hamed. No, that's not. My bad. Anyway, that was scary. That was scary. You got Conor McGregor, Barry Hearn. So hopefully we go on to the Deontay Wilder fight. Let's watch that knockout. Put him right to bed. Watch this. And he shot for the chest, just like Derrick James told him to do. Shot for the chest, just like Derrick James told him to do. Double jab to the body. Watch. Look, he gonna feint with it. And then straight over. Damn near broke his neck off. Perfect shot by Anthony Joshua. I was getting scared. His face was getting marked up. He was looking confused, and it's safe to say you should look confused after fighting a fighter on 7 days' notice, a bigger fighter. Dillian Whyte's a completely different fighter, by the way. Fight week, news came out that Dillian Whyte failed the drug test. He's doing the DX suck it. Suck it. So it's supposed to be a big fight between him and Deontay Wilder in January in Saudi Arabia. And the Saudis, according to Eddie Hearn, are there to finalize things. Anthony Joshua being with Derrick James. It's tough to say yet, but he seems to be stuck in styles. I was talking about earlier in the chat how I consider him to be better than Frank Bruno and having a better resume than Frank Bruno. But, you know, fans have been arguing that. He's on his third trainer between McCracken, Robert Garcia, who I think he looked good with. And this is his second fight with Derrick James. Derrick James had his fighter, Frank Martin, fight in July, didn't look good, 135-pound contender. Errol Spence, the end of July the 29th, got beat bad by Terence Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford had his parade today, by the way, in Omaha. What is he telling him? Some head case shit? Let me turn it up. So Derrick James also needed his fighter to look good. And he need not have gone the distance with this dude, man. I'm glad he got him out of there. Robert Helenius also fought last week, by the way, for those who didn't know.
2.5 years, and that will be monumental.
I mean, one thing about Robert Helenius, you can say he gets knocked out by the best. Simply the best, better than all the rest. He hasn't been knocked out by Tyson Fury, though. That's the only one he's missing. Tyson Fury got to call him up and give him something to think about. But still, I still see, don't get me wrong, I still see issues with Anthony Joshua. Despite him getting the KO that he needed, I still see issues. And this was a dreadful card, by the way. Thank you to Anthony Joshua for getting the KO to give some life to it, as the headliner of the card should do. So I'm glad we got that out of it. Because this joint was dreadful, ladies and gentlemen. Dreadful. Yes, Robert Helenius was fighting in the dungeon last week in the Lazarus Pit. You remember Batman, the third one with Bane? How Batman and Bane, they had to crawl out the pit to become Bane and Batman? I'm guessing that's what Helenius had to do. He had to make it out the pit to get the ultimate prize, the Anthony Joshua fight.
1 minute and 27 seconds of round number 7. Your winner by knockout, Anthony Joshua.
If I can bitch and complain a little bit, I don't like how his face looks. You know, he took a little bit too many punches for my liking. But that's just me being me being petty. Me being a nitpicking whore. That's just me. You know? That's just me. I want to hear what he's going to have to say. He's been on a nice streak now of having post-fight interviews and post-fight press conferences when, like his last several fights. So let's see if he sees some off-the-wall shit. Let's listen in.
Defense here. Firstly, fantastic to see Robert Helenius up and healthy. Great to see you here.
You think he's going to be the company man tonight, the landlord,
to give a big round
the
of applause
Godfather?
for Robert Helenius for saving the show. Thank you, Robert, please. UK fans, let's represent. Respect Helenius. Thank you very much.
Indeed. First thing, AJ,
Represent.
as soon as you landed that big knockout punch, you done a lap of honor. You said hello to a lot of people. Was it relief to land a knockout punch like that? I mean, a lot of people in the build-up to this were saying this can't go to points. You need to get a stoppage. Was it relief?
Man, people need to leave me alone. I'll do what I want. This is my time in this ring. People need to let me breathe a bit and let me keep on doing what I do. But listen,
Okay.
Helenius, I told him there, please come again. In the modern day era of boxing, a loss is like suicide, but the guy's he's got talent. So I had to figure him out. He was a late replacement. And I think he can cause a lot of people some problems, in my humble opinion. But I just said credit to him for coming out tonight and saving the show. I hope everyone enjoyed. I don't want to say too much, but I just want to thank everyone, really. And I hope I can see you again, hopefully 2 more times this year, because I do need to stay busy. I need to keep on building, keep on building, keep on building. I've been off for too long. But Eddie, thank you as well. DAZN, thank you. Ade, I'm going to shoot. I want to spend some time with the supporters.
One more, very quickly, Adrian, just one more, just before you go. A lot of the supporters do want to know, including myself as well, what next? There has been a lot of talk. You wouldn't let me ask you in the build-up about a certain Deontay Wilder. I can ask you that question now about Wilder. What can you say?
My back. My back's... Is there a doctor in here? My back's gone.
Your back is okay.
I'm about to carry this heavyweight division to the top.
Eddie, come here, Eddie. There has been a lot of talk about Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder. We are hearing rumors that the Saudi Arabians are in town now. What can you say about that fight? Are we going to see that one next?
Yeah, it's the fight we want. You know, we've got a 3-fight plan, whether you like it or not. It was Robert Helenius, supposed to be Dillian Whyte, Deontay Wilder, and then Tyson Fury. That's the ambition of the team. You know, whether you back Josh, whether you think he can do it, whether you can't, things have changed. He's now a mature heavyweight. And I know everyone wants to see first, second, third round KOs, but against Helenius, he took his time and delivered one of the knockouts of the year. And we believe he can go and beat Deontay Wilder. Prince Khalid Skills Challenge are here tonight. We look to try and close that deal over the next couple of days. Josh is ready for that fight. He's given everything to this sport. He's given everything to British boxing. He's ready now for some big marquee fights. Like I said, he's smarter now. He's going to take his time. No chances, no more losing. And tonight you saw that, a guy who took his time, tried to find a range with the right hand and delivered it in devastating fashion.
Conor McGregor's here throwing right hands as well in the ring. Quick word on Robert Helenius, took the fight on 5 days' notice. Credit to him as well.
Yeah, and I wanted someone that was fit, was in camp. Robert Helenius boxed last Saturday, won by stoppage, no excuses. He's a good heavyweight. He's 6'8", he can punch. But AJ had to take his time, and it's dangerous coming in. Everyone expects 1 round, 2 rounds, 3 rounds. This is a world-class heavyweight. And he saved the show tonight. I want to thank everyone for coming out, and of course AJ for keeping his show alive, making sure all the fighters fought. It's a box ticked, it's a brutal knockout, and it's on to Deontay Wilder in January.
That's what I'm about to ask you. Can you confirm, is it January?
That's what Prince Khalid Skills Challenge, Saudi Arabia are looking at, a January date. We're ready to sign for that fight. Shelley Finkel texted me yesterday with the fingers crossed. Wilder's ready to make that fight. It's on Saudi Arabia now. They want one of the biggest heavyweight fights of all time. We're ready.
Indeed. Let's have a quick word with Conor McGregor. Conor, Mr. Mystic Mac, come here.
I don't want to hear from him.
Conor, you've landed a couple of big right hands as well. What was that? What was that like to see AJ land that one?
You know, greatness don't rush. I was saying it, greatness don't rush. He took his time. He landed a big heavy shot. I'm just happy Helenius got up. The fans should be grateful for the finish coming in, last minute replacement, no fear. He came in and put a great performance. He done himself proud on his team. I'm happy to see him get up. Big congrats to AJ, big congrats to Eddie, big congrats to the UK, big congrats for Jordan Stout. And I know your man KSI is in the crowd, yeah? And he couldn't box eggs if he worked in an egg boxing factory. So if he wants to get in here, I'll give him a final, bare knuckle if he wants.
Conor McGregor, ladies and gentlemen. Stick with us. We are going to look back on that performance by AJ and ask, is it the Deontay Wilder fight next?
You know, I'm cool. You know, I don't have any problems with influencer boxer, boxing like I used to. I didn't cover Nate Diaz, Jake Paul last week, even though I purchased it. You know, it rubs me the wrong way a little bit. But don't mix my real boxing with Conor McGregor calling out KSI at the end of a fight after the main. But don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Sometimes I think Eddie Hearn just says a little bit more than he should say. You know, it's like, yo, why do you have to tell people if you're really trying to get a deal done that you and Shelly Finkel text and fingers crossed? I understand talking about the skills challenge. That's the Saudi promotional group that will be putting the money up for the fight. I get all of that. And by the way, I do believe that it's going to happen. I do believe that Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua are going to step in the ring this year. Or, excuse me, January next year, or whenever they get this date done. But as far as Anthony Joshua is concerned, you know, they got to figure out, you know, it's been 2 fights now. Him and Derrick James got to figure it out. Now, I understand the first fight, okay, it's like against Jermaine Franklin. It's like, okay, all right, y'all, it's your first time together. This fight, you can give a little bit of a pass to, because you can be like, okay, all right, this is your second fight with Derrick James, but this time it's a late replacement. He did do what he was supposed to do in getting Robert Helenius out of there and getting him out of there in devastating fashion. He did do that like he was supposed to. But still, it still looks a little confusing out there. But can you judge these 2 fights? Judge him off of these 2 fights with Derrick James on how he may look in a third against Deontay Wilder. I believe he can beat Deontay Wilder, but Deontay Wilder's got that right hand that if it touches you, you go down. And will Anthony Joshua be able to get up when Wilder goes in the full blast windmill mayhem? Because all it takes for Deontay Wilder to get you a little bit vulnerable, and he opening that shit up. Like, that shit's going crazy. He's going to go crazy on you. I'll never forget, I talk about it all the time, about how when he hit Tyson Fury so hard, well, the first time in the first fight, he almost killed him. But he hit him so hard that the fat, like he hit him, and then you saw the ripple of fat just roll down his back, and then his legs just gave out. Or how about the love tap of doom that he gave Robert Helenius? He smushed his whole face in. I remember I watched it in slow motion. People said it was fixed. I don't believe it was fixed. You know, what about what he did to poor Dominic Breazeale, Artur Szpilka? Look what he did to, you want to see? Let me show you something. This is how bad it was for Luis Ortiz. Let me see. Ortiz, Wilder, 2. Look at this thumbnail. This is what he did to him. Look at this. Look at this thumbnail. Look what he did to this dude. You see what you see? You see the thumbnail I used? Like, look what he does to you. Look at that. That power is no joke, guys. That power ain't no joke. When he puts you down, if he puts you down, you're a meme. Even Tyson Fury was a meme. Even though he won, he was a meme. How is Anthony Joshua going to look? And can he deal with that shit? He will never box again, probably. The way Deontay Wilder might stretch him out. You know? God my hands. I'm TstreeT Controversy with Fight View 360. Thanks for watching. We're going to be back later on for Emmanuel Navarrete and Oscar Valdez in the Showtime card as well. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.